أهلاً وسهلاً. We are Americans. We always start on time. So we will start promptly now at 7 o'clock. أنا سأتكلم بالإنجليزي ولكن في النهاية سؤال بالعربي مع زميلي هو مترجم لي. أوكي. أولاً الفيديو هي بالإنجليزي وبالعربي أيضاً. أوكي.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Jim Smith, the United States Ambassador to the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thanks for coming in today. We're glad that you've chosen the United States as your destination of choice. I think you'll have a wonderful time in America. Because of the close relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia, the United States Embassy in Riyadh has issued nearly 70,000 U.S. visas to Saudi applicants within the last year. And nearly 25,000 of those visas have gone to new Saudi students. We appreciate your interest in visiting the United States. In the following video, our consular officers will demonstrate what you can expect during your visit today. For more information on visiting and studying in the United States, please visit us online at facebook.com/UMS Embassy Riyadh or at facebook.com/educationusa Saudi Arabia. I sincerely hope that you have a rewarding experience in the United States as you travel to our great country and meet new friends. I wish you safe travels, and I hope that you come back home and share your experience with your friends and family.
في يوم إجراء المقابلة للحصول على التأشيرة، تأكد أنك تحمل جميع الوثائق المطلوبة: جواز سفرك، صفحة تأكيد تعبئة الاستمارة DS-160، إيصال سداد رسم طلب التأشيرة من البنك السعودي الأمريكي سامبا، مبلغا نقديا كي تدفع لشركة فيديكس بعد انتهاء المقابلة. إذا كنت تقدم طلبا للحصول على تأشيرة طالب، يجب أن تحضر معك أيضا استمارة I-20 الخاصة بقبولك الجامعي، ووثيقة تسجيلك في نظام معلومات الطلاب وزوار التبادل سيفس، وكشف حساب مصرفي أو إثبات حصولك على منحة دراسية. الرجاء التأكد من وصولك إلى السفارة في الوقت المحدد لموعد مقابلتك. الرجاء إبراز جواز سفرك والوثائق إلى الموظفين عند بوابة الدخول. سوف تستلم داخل السفارة رقما متسلسلا، ثم تجلس بانتظار دورك. عندما نعلن عن رقمك، اذهب إلى النافذة المحددة. سوف يسألك موظف السفارة عن جواز سفرك والوثائق المطلوبة، وسوف يضع بعض هذه الوثائق في مغلف بلاستيكي ومن ثم يعيدها إليك. الرجاء عدم إخراج أي وثيقة من المغلف البلاستيكي. وأخيرا، سوف يأخذ الموظف بصمات أصابعك على الشاشة الخضراء أمامك، بدءا بيدك اليسرى ومن ثم يدك اليمنى ومن ثم الإبهامين سوية. عند الانتهاء من ذلك يرجى منك الجلوس مجددا. سوف يدعوك موظف من السفارة على نفس رقمك لإجراء المقابلة. عندما يتم الإعلان عن رقمك لإجراء المقابلة، يبلغك الموظف إلى أي نافذة يجب أن تتجه. سلم المسؤول القنصلي المغلف البلاستيكي الذي يتضمن الوثائق. سوف يصور المسؤول جواز سفرك ويطرح عليك بعض الأسئلة الأساسية حول خطط سفرك. كما سوف يأخذ المسؤول بصمة إصبعك على شاشة حمراء. في حال الموافقة على منحك التأشيرة، يرجى عليك التوجه إلى مكتب شركة فيديكس خارج غرفة الانتظار. سوف نرسل لك جواز سفرك مختوما بتأشيرة الدخول عبر شركة فيديكس. شكرا لك مرة أخرى لاهتمامك بزيارة الولايات المتحدة، ونحن نتطلع قدما لرؤيتك قريبا. لمزيد من المعلومات يرجى زيارة موقعنا على الإنترنت ومتابعة معلوماتنا على الفيسبوك وتويتر.
Okay, today I'm going to talk about applying for and getting your student visa. Now, some people think that the visa process is very difficult, it is very mysterious, and nobody gets a visa. This is not true. Over 95% of all Saudis who apply receive their visa to go study or to visit the United States. So today I'm going to tell you how you can do the process, how you can do it yourself. Some Saudis and others like to use the maktab for the application process. I want to show you how you can do it on your own today. You don't need the maktab. Of course, you can use the maktab, but sometimes we have more problems when students use the maktab than when they do it on their own. So I encourage you to do it on your own. First question, do I need a visa to go to America? Yes. Unless you are an American citizen, maybe some of you were born in America, you need a visa to visit the United States, especially to study. Maybe you have a visitor visa. Maybe you have a B1, B2 visa. Good, you can keep that visa. That visa is for vacation and tourism. But if you want to study in America, you need a student visa, okay? A student visa will allow you to stay in the United States for as long as it takes to complete your studies. There are different kinds of visas. We have an F visa or a J visa for students. Most students will get an F1 visa. If you are married or you have children, your husband or wife or your children can get an F2 visa. Okay, so you as the student are the F1, and your spouse and children are the F2. This is true for summer programs. This is also true for short-term training. Some short-term training, you will get an M visa. Some summer programs, you will get a B visa instead of an F visa. But most times, you need an F1 visa. This visa will allow you to stay in America for as long as it takes to complete your studies. As long as you stay a good student. If you stop going to class, your visa will be canceled and your status will be canceled in the US. Now, before you ask me, ladies, about the mahram, you need a mahram, yes? This is a rule from Saudi Arabia. It is not a rule from the United States. So I understand if you don't have a husband, you need your father or brother to go with you. This is a Saudi rule, not an American rule. Because of that, we do not have a special visa for your mahram. So you have two options if your mahram is not your husband. If your mahram is your father or your brother, they can go as a student also, F1, if they get into a program, English language or other program. Your father or your brother can go as F1 student, and that will allow him to stay in America for the length of time of that study program. Or your father or brother can apply for a visitor visa, a B1, B2 visa. However, with the B1, B2 visa, usually the maximum amount of time to stay in America is 6 months, sometimes 1 year. So it will not allow him to stay for the entire time. But those are your options for the mahram. Okay, now how do you get the visa? Here are the steps. All these details are also on our website, okay? And I will give you the website at the end. First, you will get the form I-20 from the university or institution where you will be studying. Once you have the I-20, you need to go to our website. Here's our website, riyadh.usembassy.gov. You fill out the application online, and you make an appointment for the interview. Right now, the waiting time for an appointment is 1 week. So if you make appointment today, we have appointments available next week. But come starting in May, it will probably be 2 weeks long, because now is the beginning of our busy season. Once you make the appointment for the interview, you either go to the Samba Bank or you pay online the fee, 608 riyal. You bring the receipt with you to the interview. You have a photo taken of yourself. You bring the photo with you to the interview. You get all your documents, all your papers together, and you come for your interview at the embassy or consulate. You can interview at the US Embassy here in Riyadh, in Dhahran, or in Jeddah. Okay, 3 choices. Okay, these are the things you should bring to the interview. These are the things you should bring to the interview. Your passport, your current passport, and your old passport. Your receipt from Samba. Form DS-160 that you filled out online, you will print it out and bring the confirmation page with you to the interview. You will bring your original form I-20. If you do not have the original, we will interview based on a copy, but we need to see something. So if the university has not sent you the original yet, ask them to email you a signed copy so that you can come to the interview. However, you need the original to enter the United States. We need to see that you paid the fee for CVIS. You pay it online, fmjfee.com. Usually it's $200. We need to see proof, evidence that you can fund your studies in the United States or that you have a scholarship. So either your bank statements, bank documents, or a scholarship letter. We need to see your كشف الدرجات from جامعة or from ثانوي, wherever you studied most recently. We want to see them because you are applying for a student visa. We want to see that you will be a good student in the US. Your photograph, I will talk about the photograph later. And money for FedEx. Hopefully at the end of your interview, everything will be good and we can send you to FedEx to buy an envelope. We will send the visa to you by FedEx. What fees do you need to pay? You need to pay for the application, 608 riyals. You need to pay the fee to make the interview appointment, $12. You need to pay FedEx. FedEx depends on where you live, how much they will charge you. And you need to pay the CVIS fee, usually $200, sometimes slightly different. Your Form I-20 is very important. There is a start date on your I-20. You must enter the United States to study by that date. So if the date is May 1st, you must enter before May 1st. However, you cannot enter more than 30 days before May 1st. So if the start date is May 1st, you cannot enter before April 1st. We prefer to see the original, as I said, but you can bring a copy and we will interview based on that. It is recommended that you scan a copy and keep one for yourself. However, when you go to the airport in the US, you will need to present the original, so you should bring it on the airplane with you. If the start date of your studies is May 1st, for example, and the visa is not done, we will ask you to get a new I-20 from the university with a date in the future. These are the photograph requirements. The photograph has to be original, not changed by the computer, not changed by Photoshop. And for the women, you must show the hairline. So a little bit of hair has to be showing, as shown here. Okay. And for the men, the head has to be uncovered completely. After the interview, your visa will either be granted. On the spot, we will tell you your visa is approved. You will receive it in 1 week, usually. Or your visa will be denied. I hope that doesn't happen for most of you, but sometimes it happens. The visa might be denied the same day. The visa might be put on hold. Maybe you did not prepare well for the interview. You did not bring all your documents, or you did not bring your scholarship letter, or you did not bring your CVIS fee receipt. If you are not prepared, your case will be put on hold until you can send those documents to us. There's also the possibility of administrative process. You have all heard about الإجراءات الإدارية, صح? Yes, it exists, it is true. For some people, it can take much longer to get the visa. Most people are done quickly. But pretend it's going to take a long time for you, and apply well in advance of the start date of your studies. You can always check the status of your application on our website. Okay, maybe you could, Wael, maybe you could help me with these questions so we can put them in both Arabic and English so that everybody can understand. These are our most popular questions.
شو الفترة اللي بتاخدها الفيزا؟
The visa is usually valid for 5 years. However, if you leave the United States or stop studying for 5 months, the visa will be canceled. Your student status will be canceled.
فترة الفيزا 5 سنوات. إذا تأخرت sorry again it's 5 years
5 years, but if you leave for 5 months,
نعم.
it will be canceled.
نعم هي فترة 5 سنوات بس إذا طلعت من الولايات المتحدة لفترة 5 شهور then حتلغى الفيزا بتحتاج لفيزا جديدة.
Okay, if you want to change schools,
إذا بدك تغير السكول المدرسة أو الجامعة.
on the left, it explains if you have not left Saudi Arabia and your visa has not yet been issued, it's very easy. You just come with your I-20 for the school you want to go to. Or if you already came for your interview, then you send us an email saying that you want to change schools before the visa is issued.
إذا كان عملت الانترفيو تبعت الفيزا في حالتين. إذا كانت لسه الفيزا ما طلعت ممكن تجيب القبول تبع الفيزا من الجامعة أو المدرسة وممكن ومع الاي 20. إذا كانت طلعت الفيزا لازم تدعمل واحدة مرة ثانية.
If you are a returning student, you do not need to change the visa if it is less than 5 months that you were out of America and the CVIS number on your visa is the same as on your I-20.
إذا طلعت من الولايات المتحدة وكانت فترة خروجك منها أقل من 5 شهور فيك ترجع مرة ثانية بدون ما تغير السي في تبعك. إذا كان نفس السي في هو السي في نفسه ممكن ترجع مرة ثانية.
If your passport expires, what happens to your visa?
إذا فترة الباسبورت خلصت expiry الجواز نعم إذا خلص بس الفيزا بعدها ما خلصت شو الإجراءات؟
You can use the valid visa with the old passport with your new passport. You travel with the two together. However, the old visa must not have any holes in it. Sometimes Saudi Arabia stamps holes in the passport. If the visa has holes, you cannot use it. But otherwise, you can use it with the new passport.
ممكن تسافر بنفس الجواز القديم مع الجواز الجديد مع بعض الاثنين بشرط أنه الجواز الجديد القديم الفيزا تكون موجودة فيه وغير مش فيها هول شو بدون
holes. Thank you. Can you stay in the United States if your visa is expired? Good question.
هل يمكن المكوث بالولايات المتحدة بعد انتهاء الفيزا؟
Yes. As long as you are in student status, studying in class, you can stay in the United States. If your visa expires, you only need a new visa if you are going to leave the US and come back as a student. Okay?
إذا كان بعدك طالب وخلصت الفيزا تبعتك فيك تجلس فيه بالولايات المتحدة في حالة إنك خرجت من الولايات المتحدة بدك فيزا جديدة. إذا شخص حيسافر على الولايات المتحدة وزوجته معه شو الفيزا اللي محتاجها لتكون زوجته معه؟
If your spouse, your wife, is going to study but not now, your wife will go first on an F2 visa. Your wife will come first on an F2 visa, and in America, she can change from F2 to F1. Same thing for the husband.
المرافق ممكن يدخل بفيزا F2 اللي هي فيزا مرافق وبعدها بتتغير ل F1 إذا كان يدرس. هل يمكن تغيير موعد الانترفيو المقابلة؟
Yes. You will make your appointment online, and if you need to change it, you can always request a change online as well.
نعم، يمكن تغيير الموعد عن طريق موقع الإنترنت. هل يمكن عمل موعد الانترفيو بجدة أو الظهران؟
Yes, of course.
نعم بالتأكيد.
That was easy.
كم من الوقت يتطلب لأخذ فيزا الطالب؟
It depends on our waiting time. Right now, the waiting time for an interview is 1 week, as I said. And after that, it depends on your case. Sometimes it will be ready in 1 week, sometimes in 1 month, sometimes in 2 months, sometimes in 3 months. So please apply early.
بيعتمد على وقت التقديم، بتاخد من أسبوع، ممكن تاخد أسبوعين، وحسب حسب الضغط بالسفارة، ممكن تاخد شهر 2 أو 3، فيفضل إنه تطلبوا من قبل بفترة.
But most people do finish within 1 week after the interview.
أغلب الطلاب ياخدوها في أسبوع من بعد الانترفيو.
Let's do one question at a time.
إذا كنت أمريكي الجنسية، هل محتاج لفيزا طالب؟
No, U.S. citizen must travel to America on an American passport.
ما بيحتاج السيتيزن الأمريكي، المواطن الأمريكي بيستخدم الجواز الأمريكي تبعه. انولدت بالولايات المتحدة بس ما معي الجواز الأمريكي، كيف يمكن الحصول لي؟
You have to come to our embassy and apply with our American Citizen Services Department to get your passport if you were born in the United States. They are open every afternoon except for Mondays.
يمكن زيارة السفارة يوم الاثنين، كل الأيام عدا يوم الاثنين، من بعد
After 1:30.
بعد الساعة 1:30 الظهر. بعد الساعة 1:30
But you should make an appointment online
كل يوم
before you
عدا يوم الاثنين، بس لازم تعملي موعد قبل من الموقع. الحضور، نعم. إذا كنت مواطن أمريكي وزوجتي وأولادي حيسافروا معي، شو نوع الفيزا المحتاجة؟
If you are a U.S. citizen, your spouse, husband or wife, and your children do not qualify for an F2 visa. So they have to get an immigrant visa to go to the U.S. You would file the paperwork for them to get permanent residency in the United States. That is the way for them to accompany you as a student, an American citizen student. Your husband or wife and your children would have to become permanent residents of the United States in order to stay with you for the entire length of your studies.
على المرافقين استخراج وثيقة هجرة، نعم، هجرة للذهاب لأمريكا، سواء كانت زوج أو الأولاد أو الزوجة، حسب مين اللي حيسافر.
This is where you can contact us on our email address, riyadniv@state.gov. We are also here all weekend, tomorrow, and Friday. We have consular officers at our booth, the U.S. Embassy booth here at the fair, to answer your questions. So I will take any questions that you have now. You can always ask questions of us later as well.
يمكن مراسلتنا على هذا العنوان اللي هو riyadniv@state.gov، واحنا موجودين بالمعرض اليوم وبكره والجمعه. في شخص من الكونسلر سكشن من قسم القنصل حيكون موجود من بعد الساعه 3 كل يوم.
In addition, all of these details are on our website.
كل المعلومات هذه موجوده على الموقع تبع السفاره.
You can find them. This is our website address.
هذا هو موقع السفاره. اذا في اي اسئله تفضل.
About documents, what we need for proof, scholarship or finance. You know, this is a covering of 4 years education, 5 years, or only 1 year is enough?
The question was for the proof of financing. Do we need to see proof for 4 years education, 5 years education? We need to see evidence that there is enough financing for the first year. So the I-20 will tell you how much money the student needs for the first year. We need to see that the student has that much money.
But it's child, he doesn't have his own account.
No, of course. So a child can use his father's or mother's account.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا ممكن فقط إعادة مرة ثانية الوثائق المطلوبة اللي عرضتها أو عرض الفيلم الوثائقي سريع للتقدم للحصول على فيزا الطالب. وإذا ممكن ويكون في ترجمة لو سمحت يعني. ممكن يكون في ترجمة.
On the website too, yeah. I'll go back to that screen. We also have all of it listed on the website.
العرض اللي كان بالعربي إذا تكرمت، إما بالعربي أو تترجم لنا إذا سمحت.
Okay.
بيتطلب الباسبورت جواز السفر، بيتطلب الإيصال تبع سامبا، الاستمارة DS 160 اللي هي بتعبيها في الإنترنت، الأصل تبع I-20 اللي هي الفورم الاستمارة تبعت القبول، التأكيد على أنك دفعت البيمنت تبعت السيفيز، المصاريف تبعت السيفيز، والقبول أو المنحة تبعتك المالية، التفاصيل عن الشهادة تبعك، صورة فوتوغرافية 5x5 خلفية بيضاء بالنسبة للرجال بدون غطاء للرأس، بالنسبة للنساء حد الشعر والذقن باينين، والمصاريف تبعت الفيدكس عشان ترجع لك الجواز.
Were there any other questions? We'll go back and forth. Yes, over here.
I was asking about the scholarship proof. I have a scholarship proof, but it's not dedicated to the university that I have my I-20 from. Is it okay, or does it have to be the name of the university has to be in the proof?
No, the name of the university does not have to be in the scholarship letter. Question from the men's side.
لو سمحتي ما هي الشروط اللي يعني متى تصدر الجامعة الI-20؟ هل فقط القبول admission letter أو في أشياء أخرى؟ متى تصدر الجامعة الأمريكية الI-20؟
After you are accepted to the university, they will send you an I-20.
بعد قبولك في الجامعة بيبعتوا لك الI-20.
A question from the women's side.
الو السيفيز اللي يدفع لكل الطلبة الدارسين ولا فقط المبتعث الرئيسي والأبناء إن كانوا دارسين ما يدفع لهم سيفيز؟ وهل يمكن دفع السيفيز في نفس المقابلة تبع الفيزا لما نروح الموعد تبع المقابلة؟ هل يمكن إن أنا هناك أدفع لهم السيفيز؟
She's asking about the CVs. Is it should be paid only for the student, but not the companions, and if she can pay the CVs while the interview, during the interview?
Yes, only for the student you pay the CVIS. The CVIS has to be paid online. You cannot pay at the interview.
بتدفع فقط للطالب أو الطالبة بدون المرافقين، ولازم تدفع أونلاين في الموقع، مش ما ممكن تدفعيها بالسفارة.
There is no CVIS fee for an F2 visa. A question from the men's side?
Okay. I want to ask you about the financial guarantee. Is it acceptable if it's an issue for administration purpose?
What do you mean?
I mean, some financial guarantee is issued from the university, home, or from an institution as administration purpose without the payment and for everything. They just said for everything.
I don't know if I understand the question, but the financial guarantee needs to say that they will cover your tuition and all your living expenses in the United States.
They mentioned that in the financial guarantee.
If it's mentioned, that's acceptable.
Okay, and about the method of payment at the embassy, is it in cash or by credit card or what?
Cash only.
Only cash.
But the only thing you have to pay at the embassy is FedEx.
Okay,
Okay.
thank you.
Question from the women's side?
الفيزا ال F2 لو جينا نحولها لفيزا علاجية إيش حيكون نوعها؟ وهل فيها إجراءات كثير أو بسهولة تتحول؟
She wants to change F2 to B1 B2.
Okay.
And if there's anything that she should.
Yes. Do you want to change it in Saudi Arabia or in America?
In America.
Okay. Yes, you change with U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, the Immigration Department of the U.S. government. You file the paperwork with them. It takes 3 to 6 months, and there is a fee.
نعم ممكن تنعمل نعم بالولايات المتحدة إذا أنت كنت هناك في موقع معين اللي هي قالته لكم. كمان نعم B1 B2 B1/B2 نعم وبتاخذ فترة 6 شهور وعليها رسوم.
From the men's side?
Yes, please. I got my son. He got a student visa. Started in this coming fall, like end of August, and he's going with us, along with us, in 10th of June as a family for a tourist. Is he going to be able to come along with us?
When do his studies begin?
End of August. I mean, just like 1st of September.
Yes, he can go with you as a tourist if he has a tourist visa in June. However, he has to leave the country and re-enter on his student visa within 30 days of the start of his studies.
But he got already visa started September. That means he can go with us in different visa and come back and go again with another visa.
He got the student visa for September, yes?
But he cannot go with us in June?
No. He needs a visitor visa to go in June.
Isn't this a little bit,
The visa depends on the purpose of your travel. So if the purpose of your travel is vacation, you need a visitor vacation visa. If the purpose of your travel is to study, you need a student visa. And you can only enter 30 days before your studies begin.
He going there for study, but he was living with us, along with us, in June.
They will not let him in.
Okay,
He needs a
thank you.
visitor visa.
Thank you.
Any questions from the women's side? Okay.
معلش نفس السؤال بس لو الفيزا بتتغير من هنا مش من أمريكا.
If she wants to change the F1 to B1 B2 from Riyadh, not from us.
It's easy. You just go through the same process again, and you're applying for a different kind of visa. So if you want to change now to B1, B2, you'd go through the whole process with all your documents.
ممكن انها تنعمل هنا بترجعي بتعملي نفس الاجراءات مره ثانيه عدا القسم المكان تبع الفيزا بتغيري من الاف 1 ل بي 1 بي 2. نعم.
From the men's side, any questions?
Yes. For how long can I stay in the States after finishing my program?
60 days.
60 days. And can I use my visitor visa after that?
Yes, if you stay 60 days and you want to stay longer, you leave the country and come back in on your visitor visa, and they will give you another 6 months usually to stay.
Okay, thank you.
Visa. You know, we should, like, if we go to USA, a company in our Saudi Arabia, our mahram, our brother, our husband, like this. So how can we get the visa for him?
He also will apply through the same process. I talked about the mahram. He will either apply for an F1 or a B1, B2 through the same process. Yes, ma'am.
If the mahram stayed in F2 visa on the whole time, is it different between F1 and F2?
Yes.
If you want to study.
If the F2 wants to study? Oh, the question is if her F2 husband or spouse wants to study. He can study English or some non-academic study part-time, less than 18 hours per week in the classroom. Not full-time. If he wants to study full-time, must get F1. He can change it in America. Exactly. No, same cost. Same cost for everyone. The only difference is that the F1 has to pay the CVIS fee. The F2 and B1, B2 do not pay a CVIS fee, but all the other costs are the same. Yes, if you change from F2 to F1, if you do it in America, if you do it here, you will pay the CVIS fee. Any questions from the men's side? We answered everything. Is that right? You know everything now. Good. It will be easy. You do not need the maktab, but you can use it if you want. It's up to you. We have these, did you hand out these questions? We have frequently asked questions bil-Arabi wa bil-Injlizi, okay? And we have our business card with our contact information on it.
So you are in the embassy?
Right, I'm in the embassy. If you come for your student interview, I might interview you, okay? So maybe I will see you soon. I will be nice, I promise. Yeah, inshallah, we will see you. Any other questions? Okay, come and stop by and visit us at our U.S. Embassy booth. We are in number 189. We welcome you there, and we'll greet you with smiling faces.
Can we apply for your location and conference now?
No, you cannot apply at the conference. Only online, you do everything, and then come to the embassy.
And the fees to the application?
The fee for the application is 608 riyal, and you will pay it to Samba, any Samba bank, online or to the bank. You tell them that you're applying for a visa at the U.S. Embassy. No, you don't need a paper from us. You're welcome. Any other questions? One more question?
If we go, the purpose of visit is a business visitor, and can we attend the summer school there for short classes or something?
If you are a business visitor,
Yes.
B1, B2,
Yes.
you can only take a short summer course if it is less than 18 hours a week in the classroom.
Okay. Say there is no other procedure to register or something, or same, as the purpose is not same.
As long as your purpose is mainly tourism and you will only do a small class, it's okay for B1, B2. But if your main purpose is to study, you will need the student visa.
So the credit hours will not be counted in this case?
Yeah, if it's academic and you're receiving credit hours, we recommend a student visa. Okay, you're welcome. Yes, one more question. I'm sorry, again? Yes, same amount of time for F2 and F1, 5 years. You're welcome. Anything else? Thank you very much. I hope you will come and study in the United States.
Thank you.